Hey, thank you, Sajna, for your kind introduction. Oh, good. Now I can read it. Thank you for your hospitality and warm welcome. This is my 14th speech in the forthright in India. So bear with me if I'm a little low on energy. I'm only kidding. How can one be low on energy in Mumbai, the maximum city, right? Every time I visit India, I try to visit Mumbai just to recharge my batteries. Eaters either do that or drink a 5-hour energy shot. How many of you heard of 5-hour energy? Any of you? Good. So my theory is that the Indian-American entrepreneur Manoj Bhargava, who founded 5-hour energy, was inspired by Mumbai's hustle and bustle. All joking aside, I firmly believe that Mumbai has been and continues to be the fountain of India's entrepreneurship. It's a truly inspiring city. It is wonderful to be back in the magical place. I'm also truly delighted to be here with all of you, budding entrepreneur, today to deliver this keynote address, in which I will share my thoughts on the importance of entrepreneurship and the US-India relationship, and talk about my own experience and learning as an entrepreneur. Before I do so, however, I want to thank American Bazaar for inviting me to give this address and for hosting the US-India Startup Forum series in different Indian cities. It is a great endeavor on your part to connect US investors and Indian startups. Here's why this connection is so important to the future of both of these great nations. India is one of the youngest countries in the world. More than half of the nation's population is below the age of 25. The economic reform launched more than a quarter century ago has unleashed a wild spirit of entrepreneurship in this nation. There is no better example for that than this room, young and restless. You are the future of India, future of this nation, and the heart and the soul of India and the world. The United States is the one country where there is no drought for capital. You have a great idea and you have a passion for executing it. You are almost certain to find someone to back you in the United States. The American capitalist ability to spark and nurture ideas and talent is legendary. The investors in this room symbolize that. I'm convinced that this endeavor, the US-India Startup Forum, is an excellent platform to connect the US investors and the Indian startup. Today, India and the United States are joined at the hip, economically speaking, because the efforts of not just the two governments, but also because of the efforts like these at the people-to-people level. And what a relationship the two countries have built in the past couple of decades. When I first left the shores of India, almost 40 years ago, the two nations had a different kind of engagement and relationship. Despite both being democracy that shared values and rule of law, each was suspicious of the other's intention. At best, they were indifferent to each other. History has shown that period of indifference was a loss for both nations. The relationship tide began to turn at the end of the Cold War. In the early 1990s, when India began opening up its economy, in the past 2 decades, there's not a single field where India and the United States are not cooperating, are talking about cooperations and exchanging and sharing ideas. And exchanging and sharing some of the ideas. Some of the areas in which two countries are working together include defense and counterterrorism, agriculture, healthcare, science and technology, climate change, arts and science, to name just a few. Both countries are substantially better off because of that cooperation. It has not been just a one-way street. 6 years ago, during his visit to Mumbai, President Obama said in his speech, not very far from here, that the United States is far richer because of the more than 3 million Indian Americans living in the United States. The contributions of Indian Americans to the US economy, especially in the fields such as information technology, healthcare, and hospitality, are well documented. Similarly, well documented are the US contributions to India's information technology revolution. It is a well-known fact that the US companies act as a catalyst in the growth of India's IT industry. Today, half of the revenue generated by the Indian IT industry comes from the United States. Initially, the major beneficiaries of the increased US-India trade were major Indian and the US company. More recently, smaller businesses and startups have benefited as well. A number of US investors, among them many Indian Americans, including myself, have interested in Indian startups in recent years. When President Obama was in Delhi in 2015 as Prime Minister Modi's guest of honor at the Republic Day celebration, he announced a public-private partnership which allows Indian Americans to directly invest in India's future. I was part of President Obama's business delegation during that visit, was fortunate to be present when he announced the Indian Diaspora Investment Initiative. The goal of this initiative is to generate a stream of funding for businesses interested investing in non-traditional markets. An event like this allows investors from the United States, both institutional and individual investors, to get a first-hand experience of India's startup ecosystem. From the startup's standpoint, it gives you an opportunity to interact with and learn about the investment philosophy of these investors. So I encourage all of you to seize the opportunity this event provides. During his 2010 visit, President Obama declared, and I quote, "We are the true free market economy where people have the freedom to pursue ideas and innovation that can change the world." And that is why I firmly believe that India and America are indispensable partners in meeting the challenges of our time. End of quotation. This event brings these indispensable partners together to explore these ideas and innovation that can change the world. So I encourage all of you to seize the moment and take advantage of the opportunity the event provides. Let me change the gears now and move from abstract and conceptual to the concrete and personal by sharing a little with you regarding my own entrepreneurial journey and the lessons that I have learned and insight that I have gained along the way. In my opinion, the entrepreneurship is a person who recognizes that becoming an entrepreneur is a journey. Think small to win big. Seize opportunities where others see problems. Let me address each of these characteristics in turn. My own journey consisted of 7 phases: getting a good education, doing my apprenticeship, taking a risk, becoming an entrepreneur, building a strong and talented team who share my vision and values, staying the course, broadening my horizon. I got bachelor's and master's degree from the University of Colorado that gave me the knowledge that I needed to go into business. When I graduated with my advanced degree, I was not prepared to go directly to owning a business. That is because I did not know how business operated. I had no real exposure to business prior to starting college. I knew I needed experience before launching my own venture. So I worked with the 2 major information technology companies in the Washington, D.C. area for about a decade to learn the ropes and the ins and outs of doing business with the government of the United States. That gave me the skills and real-world grounding that I needed to start my own business. After doing my apprenticeship in 1994, I founded the QSS Group Incorporated. Within 13 years, along with my management team, we took that from one workforce, myself, to more than 3,000 employees and approximately $300 million in revenue. That was a good trajectory for the business. I had a role to play in that success. But when people ask me how I became successful, I respond that it was not me, but we who made it happen. My team of talented senior managers were central to everything. So success in business is a team sport. Before I close this section of my talk, let me talk about the passion and persistence. Those are the ingredients for staying the course. They were essential because my journey was not a straight line. It was not easy, and the final destination was not certain. During the early years, there were several issues to be dealt with, such as will we win the contract? Will I get the bank loan? Will I be able to make the payroll? There were some 24-hour days and many sleepless nights. For the 13 years I was in business, I worked 7 days a week. As my business grew, the biggest challenges were getting access to the capital required for expansion and finding a talented management team who shared my vision and values. After a few false starts, I solved the capital problem by finding a bank and banker for my business matter. On the management side, I was really looking for folks who were technically skilled. After some time in wrong hires, I realized that if they did not have the communications and customer relationship skills and a commitment to quality and my worldview, we could not build the kind of business that I wanted. If I had to do it all over again, I would place finding the right core team, 4 to 6 individuals, at the top of my agenda. After I found them, the company took off in terms of growth, profitability, and customer satisfaction. One another thing I would do differently. If I got to do it all over again, I would be a little less focused on the day-to-day business operations and direct more attention to reaching out for the targets of opportunity, whether they were in product development or in terms of the new clients. As I mentioned, my journey was not a straight line. Indeed, there were numerous twists and turns in my journey. What enabled me to prevail on my journey was the belief in myself and those around me and the opportunity presented by the American dream. Success taught me to move forward. As importantly, failure taught me to never go backward. From the time I started my business, I knew implicitly you needed to move ahead, and then if you did not, you'd be left behind. You must celebrate success and treat failure as an opportunity for improvement. I must emphasize that in spite of the difficulty that I just had described, being an entrepreneur has been a completely joyous experience for me. I love entrepreneurship. There's nothing like the excitement, glory, fun, sheer thrill of starting something from scratch and watching it grow into a large enterprise of astonishing proportion. I say to all of you, if you have the opportunity to be an entrepreneur, grab it. Find passionate and driven people who share your sense of purpose, share your vision, set the direction, give them all the necessary resources, give them the space to operate, and then work together with them to make things happen. Revel in the endeavor. As Sajna told you in my introduction, 2007, I sold my company to Parole Systems Corporation on a piece of napkin papers in a hotel in Washington, D.C. That allowed me to establish a private foundation, which is Frank Islam and Debbie Dreisman, my wife Debbie, that supports educational, cultural, and artistic causes in the United States and around the world. That's my journey in a nutshell. I hope that is something that I wanted to share with you about my journey. I share it because I expect your journey to be the same as mine, but I know that in this room today, there are other Frank Islams. While each of the journeys should and must be different, I think there is a common approach that an entrepreneur can employ as a general guideline for achieving success. That is, think small to win big. As Woody Allen said, 90% of the life is just showing up. I became successful, and I believe you can as well, by concentrating on the 10%. I would call them the frank Islam difference. The frank Islam difference meant focusing and paying careful attention to the critical few areas that make a difference for success. For me, in my business, they were developing a distinctive core competence, establishing a laser beam customer focus, creating niche differentiation, ensuring perfection in performance. First, the core competence. When I started my business, IT firms in Washington, D.C. were a dime a dozen. Nothing set them apart. I decided that my firm could stand alone through an integrated blend of engineering, science, and information technology skills. The IT skills were the basic requirements. The science engineering skill separated us from the pack. Second, the laser beam customer focus. My first government client was the NASA, and we treated that customer very well, exceeded their expectations, and as a result got significant add-on business. We use our track record there as the basis to expand our business. That brings me to the third area, niche differentiation. We did not expand willy-nilly. We expanded outward from our core client business to those with similar characteristics and needs. We were able to expand and grow quickly because of our perfection in performance. Past performance is critical in getting government contracts, and I'm sure it is also true in the commercial business as well. I always believed that my firm would stand apart from other firms in this competitive arena and establish a performance as promised as a QS's corporate model. It is more than a model. It was the way we did business and a springboard for getting additional business. That brings me to the third characteristic of the entrepreneur, which I'll address briefly. The entrepreneur sees opportunities, but others sees problems. Some people refer to that as a vision. I call it identifying an unfulfilled need and satisfying it. Sometimes, as was the case of Steve Jobs with the iPhone, Jeff Bezos at Amazon, it includes creating and shaping customer expectations for a type of quality product or service that does not exist in the marketplace currently. No matter what it is, the entrepreneur is never satisfied with the status quo. She or he is always pushing the outer edge of the envelope to do things faster, better, and differently in a manner that matters to the customer. The entrepreneur does this by finding the resources required to exploit opportunities when they present themselves. As Professor Howard Stevenson of Harvard Business School put it, and I quote, "They see an opportunity and do not feel constrained for pursuing it because they lack resources. They are used to making do without resources," and end of quotation. To put it another way, the entrepreneur sees the pursuit of possibilities as doing the right thing. In order to do the right thing, the entrepreneur must have the proper skills and disposition. In summary, those are the 7 defining characteristics of the entrepreneur that I would identify and the advice that I will give it to all of you. Recognize that becoming an entrepreneur is a journey. Think small to win big, see opportunity where others see problems, establish a clear vision and build acceptance and commitment to it, create an environment where people can be truly committed, exude positive energy and optimism, and create a can-do culture, inspire learning by setting examples. Be firm but fair. In closing, let me leave you with one final thought and a piece of advice that is, write your own legacy. This is the city of the Tata and Ambani, giants of Indian entrepreneurship who blazed tremendous trails and touched countless lives. You do not have to look elsewhere for inspiration, but you do need to look at yourself. You need to exploit your fullest potential. You have to believe in yourself. Harvard Business School professor Clayton Christensen has stated, and I quote, "I have concluded that the metric by which God will assess my life is not dollars, but the individual people whose lives I have touched." End of quotation. He further tells his MBA students, and I quote, "Do not worry about the individual's prominence you have achieved. Worry about the individuals you have helped become better people." End of quotation. Let me pick up on Professor Christensen's advice. I say to all of you, do well, but also do good. Do well in your business so that you can do good for India. Invest in others by sharing and giving back. Make your success as India's success. So I wish all of you great success with your ventures. I look forward to reading about your success. I am sure you will soon transform your passion into profit. Let me leave you with the final thoughts. I'm not good in giving advice because it is contrary to my belief. I was born in Azamgarh many years ago, so obviously that is not the belief that my parents instilled in me. But I will say to all of you, be the best you can be. Exploit your fullest potential. Make it your own journey. Create your own legacy. Stay true to you. No dream should be high enough for you to achieve. No hope should be high enough for you to achieve. You have the capacity, the capability to make impossible as possible. But when you're successful, help and invest in others by making them successful. When they are successful, all of us will be successful, India will be successful, and the world will be successful. Extend your hand, your hope, your help, and your heart to those who are economically, socially disadvantaged, to those who are poor, to those who are voiceless, to those who are vulnerable, to those who have no hope. If you give them a hope and give them a voice, if they succeed, India will succeed and the world succeed. Thank you and God bless you all.